Buddy, this is what's left of old gray bricks. Chris is at work. Fazoom is at work, and Dana has COVID, so he doesn't feel very well. And Matthew's got eyeballs all over his head, and I got small Paul.
Hi, I'm sick also.
Technically, please, maybe don't get so close. So
I like how he coughed on cameras just so we would fully grasp the sickness.
Yeah, just so you know. But there's Brian Panabaker in the chat with fever. So thank you for joining us. Yeah. So we have no idea where everyone else is this evening. I sent out the email list, and it's me and Matthew and Paul.
Well, I scored a good deal on Lego this weekend. So our lug was displaying over in Kennesaw, which for those of you who are not familiar with the area is on the northwest side of the metro area, which is not very close to where I live. But I used to make fairly frequent scores on Facebook Marketplace of people selling used Lego. In particular, I'm always keeping my eye out for people who might be selling friend stuff because of the colors that are in the sets. And I saw somebody that was advertising for $100 3 Lego sets, and it said built once, complete, for sale. And so set number 1 was the shoe Adidas.
Oh, wow. That's a very recent set to be getting.
Yeah, these are all recents. They're not old. They're just, it's all about the price, not about. Uh-oh. I'll be back. They're around the other side of the table now.
Oh, that was a Dana moment.
All right.
While Matthew is going and doing damage control, I can show my. I moved the City of Lanterns and the Monkey King mech and everything up onto a shelf up there. So I've got those up there, which is really fun to have them up there on display. So, the Darth Vader made it in the box and everything.
So it's been built once. It's taped up. He built it, but this is a set I hadn't bought yet. So I was like, this was like on the fringe of my want list. I was kind of like, maybe if I get the right price. Well, used. So this is like a $60, $70 set. This is a $100 set, I think. This I'd already bought and built for Christmas. So this is a duplicate. The Elf Village. And then the shoe was also on the fringe of my want list, but I hadn't actually purchased it. So now I have one. And then I messaged him and I said, yeah, I'll buy those 3 sets for $100. And he goes, well, you want the Seinfeld set for $20? And I was thinking, I can sell the minifigs alone for $20 and then keep the rest of the set. I'm like, yes, I do. So I got these 4 sets for $120. So that basically works out to, $30 a piece. And they're all $60 to $100 set. So I don't know. That's pretty good. And I'll probably turn around and resell the Christmas one, because those Christmas Village sets are popular on the secondary market. And I'll probably sell up the minifigs for Seinfeld. I might even sell those 2 items, make all my money back, and then get to keep the shoe and the Darth Vader meditation chamber for free. So I was like, yes, it's a good deal. It's a good deal. I haven't gotten a really good score on Facebook Marketplace in quite a while, so I was happy. Yeah. And the funny thing is, I met the guy. He's over in Cobb County, so I was driving over there already to pick up stuff for our show. And I met him, and he was like, "Do you want to meet at the Big Chicken? It's this place. It's this giant chicken." I was like, "I know what it is." We have a Lego Big Chicken in our lug display here in Atlanta. It's a Kentucky Fried Chicken that is not shaped or proportioned like any other Kentucky Fried Chicken I've ever seen. It has this giant chicken with this beak that just goes like this.
Yeah.
So I met it with.
If anyone watching is wondering what we're talking about, it's the Big Chicken in Marietta, Georgia. So you can just Google that and you'll see what we're talking about.
So I met the guy, and he just likes to buy Lego sets, build them once, and then he sells them, and then he turns around and buys more Lego sets. And part of me felt like I should tell him he could probably get more money if he sold them on Bricklink, but he seemed happy as a clam to sell me these 4 sets for $120. So I said, well, in the future, if you've got Lego you want to move at 40% retail, let me know. I might be in the market for such things. So
yeah,
right. I don't know. It was a pretty good deal.
That's pretty great.
Yes.
So, Small Paul, what are you doing?
Stuff.
Okay. Do you want to talk about your rock monsters that you got?
Yes.
We'll have Small Paul's Lego acquisition of the week.
So for him being sick, he doesn't sound totally miserable. That's good.
Almost mended up. He's been sick for about a week, and he had some kind of flu. His COVID negative, so he's doing all right. Got a rock monster.
I got a big rock monster, and this one you can, excuse me, you can actually put a little rock monster inside it, and
It was awesome.
Does it toss it?
Yeah, you put him in his hand like this, and then he throws it. He's got a switch on his back.
Ah, I see. I've never laid hands on that particular rock monster before.
Yeah, this one.
And I got 2 little red ones. Yeah, there.
Yeah, one of my friends sent this one. He's missing a couple of little pieces off the top that were sort of orange flame things, but that's okay. He still throws things and functions pretty well as a rock monster. So
that came out during my dark ages. What is that, like early 2000, mid 1990s? You probably
Power Miners, the rock monsters. So they weren't that long ago. They were mid 2000s, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, by that point, I was buying, but I was only buying Star Wars stuff at that point. So I probably just ignored it.
Does he? I think he drools lava. If you look at his face, he's got some some drool.
He's got lava-like ABS running out of his mouth.
Yeah, kind of.
A quirky thing I came across in my collection is this particular brick, which if you can see in the camera, it's discolored. It's got like a darker shade of green on the bottom corner. You can see a little bit, but it's if you look diagonally, it's a little darker, and it's definitely Lego. So it says Lego across the top of the brick. And I wondered if this was a case where they were maybe switching the mold from one shade of green to another. I don't know. It's curious. I don't think I've ever gotten a part quite like this before.
Maybe the dye ran out as it was being injected or whatever, however that's mixed or something.
Mm-hmm. It's possible.
Beaver says mood brick.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever that is.
So I over the weekend I got the video car, which it's kind of fun. You know, I like the minifigures, of course, are the best part. The Robo rapping girl is pretty great, and the bass playing dude is great. He's got kind of a cool face. Like he's got this sort of robo face happening there.
The video line has great minifigs. I think whoever was responsible for the art direction on the minifigs did a fantastic job.
It's got a hot tub in the back with a big screen TV. Oh,
is it supposed to be a hot tub?
Yeah. See?
Oh, somehow I see the blue now that you mention it. I hadn't really picked up on the fact that it was supposed to be a hot tub.
It has a faucet.
Oh, you're right. See, yeah. And I took those to be like ketchup bottles, but in fact they're probably like bubble bath bottles or something.
Or maybe they're just, drinks of some kind. And there's welcome TD. Hello. Thank you for joining us because we're having kind of a
quiet day.
An unpopulated evening tonight. We've got people working, people out sick. Oh, there's Matthew's car. There you go.
It's actually kind of nice. Nobody, like, everybody's not talking at once.
Well, yeah. And there's Adam. You have an invite, Adam, so you should join us and hang out with us.
It's a YouTube show for the soft spoken.
Yeah.
So Mark and I were chatting about this the other day, and I was saying how I was mildly disappointed in this vehicle, and he chastised me because I'm not a car lover and that I didn't appreciate the fantasticness of it. But I was like, I love this vehicle, which is the boat. And if you haven't looked at the minifigs, it comes with the shark playing the anchor-shaped guitar, and we've got the mermaid playing a cello or a violin or viola. I'm not an expert, so I don't know what that's supposed to be. And then in the back, we have the squid head playing the drums, which if you think about it, if you were a squid and you had multiple arms, you could really play the drums pretty amazingly. And then up top, at the top of the mast, we have this very scary brick-built shark on the one side. And on the other side, we've got the skeleton head with like a green mohawk going on. And there's a surfboard. And of course, every pirate ship needs a treasure chest and a little checkered board. I think this is fantastic. I think I'm enjoying it in my 50s, but I think if I were 10, I would also very much love this particular thing. So it's just fun, and the minifigs are fun, and they're the artwork on them, like the head of the squid has printing on it, adds a lot of detail, and of course you got the printing on the anchor guitar. Excellent artwork. The other thing that as a builder I really appreciate about this set is you've got this curve and dark turquoise, but then it comes up and the curve, the tail, I need to go backwards. It runs up, and it runs up the front of the boat, and then it circles around, and then it flips down again, right? So it kind of has this like three-dimensional element. So it's flat, and then it's horizontal. So I thought that was really clever. We builders are still kind of figuring out how we can use these cool curved tiles that Lego has just started making in the last couple of years. And it was nice to see them play around with that in a three-dimensional way. They're almost always used as a two-dimensional color variation or shape variation, but to actually have it kind of have that waterfall effect where it drops off and curves around, I thought that was really nice. But does it have a hot tub? Well, at present, no, but there is room for a customized hot tub pretty clearly back here. So you could borrow the hot tub.
Be on the show this evening. And since we don't have anybody else on the show this evening but the two of us, we're going to let Sunny be on the show for a moment. This is Sunny. She doesn't like it when I sit at the Lego table because she can't snuggle.
Hey, Sunny, have you done any Legoing this week?
No.
No, she's actually very good. She doesn't bother my Lego, so she's a good doggy.
Mine. She doesn't need it.
Oh, okay, everybody get off Dad. All right. And Adam on the road, I see. Very well.
Eats everything.
So one of the things that, speaking of the video series, is I'm a big fan of the minifigs, even though I don't care at all about the app and that jazz. But there were a few people who had a chance to get the Series 2 figures that were at the Walmart online store, and I guess a few people saw them actually on store shelves, but it really looks like it's not coming. I know I spoke to our local Lego brand retailers, and they're not expecting to get any in. I took the plunge and ordered 2 complete sets from a German Bricklink seller. For whatever reason, there seems that the only people who have them on the secondary market are European sellers, either in Germany or Czech or Slovakia. Oh. So I'm going to make sure that I get my hands on all of the Series 2 characters, just because I think the artwork.
Which figures were released over there? Because like the I do have Metal Dragon, which he's in
Mhm.
the series too. But what are you getting that we didn't get?
So the series 2, it's like the flat packed cases. You couldn't feel them because they were in the cardboard. It's just the second series of that, and I'll have to pull them up. I don't remember off the top of my head what the characters are. So let me look that up.
I see. I think Chris maybe managed to get a few by ordering them from the Walmart website or something. He got a couple of boxes of them. Because I think the bear, the pink bear, whatever, with the dual molded head, and like the guy that has the TV for a head, and some of that. They're pretty cool figures. I did not get any of those myself.
So I've got the picture pulled up. The series 2 has. Oh wait, that's not. That's the collectible minifig series. Never mind. Let me go back. I need to get the video series.
Oh, okay.
All right. So what you get with series 2 is you get another DJ, beatbox DJ.
Yeah.
You get a lady pirate. And you get a alien dancer. There's a puppy, dark turquoise puppy with microphone. You get the slime singer. I think that's one of the ones that Chris had, the slime. He's got like that head.
Oh, yeah.
You pull on. And then there's the raspberry colored bear.
Yep.
Let's see what else. And you also get I don't know if she's supposed to be. Yeah.
I was going to say that on Instagram, I was following Femme from the Block, and she has some really fun things that she's done with the various pirate characters. Like there's the boat.
Nice.
Out in the water, and she's been doing some really fun sort of like photo thing, the characters and stuff.
Yeah, the shark is just awesome.
Yeah, I do have the shark. He's fun.
There's also a blue three-eyed space alien drummer that also has antennae coming out of its forehead.
Yep. So yeah, Femme from the Block on Instagram.
Ooh.
Fun things. This is like a stage that she's made, I think.
Okay.
There's like the singer and various people doing stuff, and here's another one with like some of the characters rocking out. So yeah, these are some of the only people that this is one of the only people I've seen who actually is doing something really very much with the video figures. So I don't know if anybody else has seen any, but some fun stuff there.
Another character that's pretty cool. There's like a samurai musician with a purple headdress, and there's the zombie dancer. The zombie's all in green, and then there's the sort of carnival dancer, aka also looks like a drag queen. And there's another mermaid, a karaoke mermaid that has a purple lower body. And the vampire bassist, which has a guitar that the bottom of the guitar is shaped like a double-bladed axe. So, euphemism, for a guitar is axe grinding, but this particular vampire bassist, she actually has an axe for a guitar. So we've got a anchor guitar, we have a double-bladed axe as a guitar. Definitely having some fun with the musical instrument side of it. So, and then just as we have the red.
I think you hit on the side of your phone and
There we go. The red dragon. There's a similar kind of dragon wings, but here it's in the translucent light blue and with a medium blue and a lavender kind of base with a nice white guitar, which I think came in the collectible minifig sets, maybe.
Yep.
And then there's one more that I like. And that is the first series had the cowboy, and this has the plain cowgirl.
Yep.
With a very unusual hat. So it's not your traditional cowboy hat. I'm not really.
She has the Jessie hat.
Like from Breaking Bad?
No, like from Toy Story.
Oh. Sorry.
I believe that is the same mold as the Jessie's hat, except in Toy Story, Jessie's hat is red with the white stitching around the brim of it, and that one is just molded in purple.
Yeah, I'm looking at the parts right now. So let's see. 6 parts for that character. Oh, and the hat comes with a blonde ponytail in the back. And so this particular version of it has only ever appeared in this. Her official name is she's a discow girl guitarist. Discow girl. That's enough bad punnage that I have to love it at least a little bit. So, but yeah, so I'm excited. It shipped like last week, and every day I keep going to the mailbox and ooh, yeah, that's the same mold, different color. It's interesting. I've never seen that minifig, but I have not really into big into the Toy Story franchise, so that's probably why. Yeah,
here's kind of you can see the hats, molded in red with the hair and everything. Although it looks like there were different versions of Jessie molded different ways. I'm not real sure.
Now, I'm assuming Jessie is a character. I don't remember Jessie being in the original movie, which I saw. So does she appear in later movies? Is that
She's in Toy Story 2.
Okay. I thought I saw that one, but it's been a while.
And well, 2, 3, and 4, but she appeared first in Toy Story 2.
I'm not around any young children, so I don't really have a strong reason to rewatch Toy Story, and since it originally came into the theater. So.
I will.
Well, Pixar movies are usually enjoyable for everybody, but
this is true.
I think you would probably appreciate Toy Story 2 because being a toy collector yourself, part of the story is about how Woody gets sold accidentally at a yard sale that they're having. And the guy who buys Woody is a toy collector, and he takes him back to his apartment, and Jessie is one of the other toys that was on the TV show that Woody came from, like the toy show back in the it was a 1950s like cowboy show. So Jessie is a cowgirl from that show. And there's also Woody's horse and Stinky Pete, some other characters from the show. So anyway, it's pretty fun. I think you would probably enjoy it if you watched it.
So the other thing about my recent video purchases is that my attempt to collect all of the Beat Bits is very near to completion. So I only have 4 missing from the original Collect Them All. And there was an article that was put out by one of the secondary retailers, which had opened up a whole bunch of the poly bags, and they went through and calculated how rare each particular Beat Bit was, because certain bit, like there's one Beat Bit that always comes with the character, but the other 2 Beat Bits are a random draw, and they just worked out the math for their sample of opening quite a few of the Beat Bits. which ones were harder to find,
What are
which
you
ones
looking for?
were easier to find.
What are you looking for? Because I got a bunch with the car.
Oh, I'd have to look at the original image, but I'm missing 2 yellow ones, one from the turquoise.
Do you have this like
Yeah, I've got dancing guy.
dude? Okay.
He kind of looks like the Korean fellow who's dancing to the.
This dude who looks like he's running or something. You got that guy?
Yes, I do.
Okay, those are the only 2 yellows I have here.
All right. Yeah, not the 2 I'm looking for.
Let me see. My shark has one. You probably have this guy, the thrashing dude, head banging dude.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's it for my yellow ones. Wait, let me check in the Metal Dragon box. We'll see what he's got in there.
Hey, it's mine.
No, it is. I did not buy Metal Dragon for you.
Ooh.
Oh, that's the Cowboy. You probably have the Cowboy.
Oh, I do not have the Cowboy.
I'm surprised, but
yeah.
if you need the Cowboy, I could
I do need the Cowboy. Yeah, that's one of the 2 yellow ones I'm missing.
Okay.
And it is interesting how the distribution. So I have 6 of the Screaming Chicken, and I have 6 of the old school record turntable, and I have 6 of the multicolored rainbow tile. But then I have 0 some of the other ones. So,
hey, Small Paul, go get the other 2 beat boxes from upstairs. We'll see what we've got with the other beat boxes. Let's see, because Metal Dragon. Let's see what Metal Dragon has here. I didn't really pay attention to. Oh, I've got the yellow karate dude as well in this one.
That one I have, yes. In fact, I have extra of that one, I think. Yeah, cool. In our locally, Shannon and I and Data we took the image that showed all the beat bits, and we were circling the ones we were looking for, and we traded back and forth a little bit. So they helped me fill a couple dead spots in my board, and I traded some that they needed or they didn't have. I shouldn't really say need, but beat bits.
You gotta.
I picked up the alien guy and the robot dude. I got these guys on sale last week.
Yeah, I think I got one of each of those. Let's see.
Well, I'm gonna have to dump these out.
I don't know where I put my figs.
It's like a digital looking.
That one I have.
Let's see.
I got the gold DJ and the dragony devilish guy recently as well on clearance.
Do you have this one, the Rave Girl?
Ooh, I don't think so. That's a yellow tile. I do not have Rave Girl.
Okay. Well, then I can put a. Let me see here. Let me find one of my dime bags over here.
I mean, truthfully, it's one of those OCD things. It's not like anyone's ever going to look at a display and say, "Oh, well, you're missing 2 of the beat bits."
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not collecting the beat bits really. So if you are looking for those, I'll throw them in a Ziploc tray.
Sure, that would be awesome.
Some of them do some sort of funny things in the app. Small Paul has played with the app a little bit.
Yeah, pretty fun.
I kind of like this one with the panda heads on it.
Yeah, that's a fun one. It's Pandemonium, I think.
And there's one with kazoos on it that if you use it in the app, it makes all of the voices singing. That's right, Steve. We're the black gold robot.
There's also the one that has pies flying through the air, which I personally like.
Yeah. Hey, Jeff.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Hellos.
Hi.
There's another one where a pirate is riding a hammerhead shark, which is pretty freaking awesome.
Funny.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about the beat bits that come in the video series. So, like, here's the. Oh no, that's not the right. Here's the pirate riding a hammerhead.
So it is.
Great.
It's pretty awesome.
All right.
And then in the more recent series, we have get a brick to stick these up. We have
Here, we're gonna put this guy on small Paul gaming. Oh.
we have a
Excuse me.
vibrant coral octopus that is protecting a treasure chest, and then we have a dark octopus that is what's it doing? Oh, it looks like it's playing an organ. It's got a keyboard with pipes behind it. So I guess it's playing the organ of the deep with its many tentacles.
That makes sense.
It's fun.
Yeah.
There we go.
You can't go wrong with fun.
I just put the pixelated put that on the front of Small Paul Gaming.
Nice.
There you go.
Wise choice, sir. So, Jeff, is this your recent creation?
No, I was just going through. Hey, dude. I was just going through a whole bunch of pictures and whatnot, and like, I finally learned how to use OBS, and like, I like different backgrounds, so just kind of shuffling through to see what's what or not. But this is a fun picture to take. I think it's one of my best ones because it shows the reflection of towers that I had in the background of like the Mandalorian. Like, obviously they're in Coruscant, so like, I don't know. It was just a fun picture, and I worked really hard at it, and I'm showing it off now. So that's it.
So we had a question in the chat, and Ant Bandit asked about the new helmets. So Lego released production photos of the Luke Skywalker X-Wing helmet, which looks great, and I'm sure I will buy it because I'm a total sucker for all things Star Wars. And also a Mandalorian helmet that has more silver gray than the Boba Fett helmet, which they've already released. So I will almost certainly be buying both of them. And we also got pictures of the new Thor's hammer, which was a set that was produced here in Atlanta by Bricker Builds. And our friend and colleague, Dana, built one. He was talking about how just solid the design of it was. So it'll be interesting if one of us buys the Lego version, and you could do kind of a side-by-side comparison of the two Mjolnirs. I'm sure I said it wrong, and Mark will fix it. So those two things came out. What else? Did we got some more pictures of like the city space stuff, didn't we?
Yeah, I think so. We got a picture of the rover, and we got a picture of other stuff. That's all I got.
I was looking at Brick Fan, because Brick Fan usually does a pretty good job of showing all the recent pictures, and then I was clicking back to see if I'd missed stuff, and I realized that there was a whole bunch of Technic stuff that had come out. I almost never buy Technic, so I was like, oh, that's nice, but I won't be buying it. It's not my thing. I'm sure there are people who will love it, but
I'm actually excited about a Star Wars set, Matt, and I kind of wanted to talk to you about it.
oh, which one?
So I'm excited about the Luke Skywalker X-Wing helmet, the Red 5 helmet.
Yep.
And the Death Dark Trooper versus Luke Skywalker set. Little guy that's like, yeah, like that meets my price point for buying Star Wars, and I'm for it. It looks great. I can't wait.
Well, that Dark Trooper set will clearly become an army builder for lots of people who will buy multiple copies of it so that they have, they can get the entire cadre that appears in the show.
Yeah, I plan on buying 3 because I like the bad guys that much, or like if I can, if you throw them up on your Brickling store, I will buy them from you rather than, you know.
Well, Dana's already confessed to buying like 10 of the snow troopers for his at. So I mean, they were wise to make both the Hoth set and the Dark Trooper set, because there are fanboys like us who must have multiples.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not usually that guy when it comes to this sort of stuff. Like one and done, that's Jeff. But like with this, I wouldn't mind being able to like recreate some scenes from the expanded lore stuff, like before the wipe, as it were. You know what I mean? So like
Yeah.
the they've always been there. Sorry, I'm just messing around with my background right now, but it's fun. But yeah, like that's gonna be a cool set. That's gonna be a fun set. That's it's a nice Mandalorian set without a Mandalorian set, kind of how the Book of Boba Fett has become. Meanwhile, this is what the Mandalorian's doing. And I'll leave it there and not go into any more spoilers about it.
Well, I'm not going to go into any spoilers other than the fact that the Mandalorian does make an appearance in the Boba Fett series, and many of my friends were going gaga over the episode, last week's episode, and I joked that people were like, "Oh, this is the best episode yet of Boba Fett," and I said, "Well, that's because it really wasn't a Boba Fett episode; it was a Mandalorian bonus episode." So all of us that were like extremely pleased with the Mandalorian TV series, here we'll throw you a bone. Here's an extra episode that that basically is a Mandalorian episode, not really a Boba Fett episode.
Yeah, it was a nice filler. It was it was good. It was they've done as much as they can with Boba Fett and everything else, and like stuff was getting a little stale, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. Seeing one episode with the Mandalorian, it reminds you of what good writing, good pacing, good acting, and good plotting look like. Because I'm enjoying the Boba Fett, but I'm not loving it. Whereas the Mandalorian was lovable. It was really good. It was fun and original, and you never knew never knew quite what was going to happen next. So, whereas with Boba Fett, to me, it has a little bit of that, the feeling that I had when I watched the Solo movie, where it was like, okay, we're going to the Wikipedia entry for Han Solo, and we're checking off all the things that we need to show you, because these things are in his backstory. With the Boba Fett, they were like, well, we must show him escaping from the Sarlacc. Check. We must show him getting his armor back. Check. It's like,
yeah, and that's I think that's what my problem was. And then I hate to say this because it's well thought out, and it makes sense, I guess. But I hate those goddamn mopeds, like the mods. I hate them with a passion. Like it should have been a swoop gang. That's all I'm saying.
I think Mark loved the mopeds.
Did he?
No.
Just a flat no.
I did not love them. I just laughed at the episode. I mean, I didn't really hate it, but I didn't love it either. I just thought it was sort of funny because of the absurdity of the whole chase thing. Like, oh no, a fruit stand. Oh no, a painting. Oh no, people on a cart. Just kind of like, it was silly. And I
was waiting for the guys to be holding the glass, walking between the
alleyway. Yeah, it had a very 1970s chase scene vibe. Whereas, if you watched pretty much any movie with a chase scene, you would get the fruit stand and going up and then going down, changing the elevation and obstacles, and so that was a very cliche of 70s chase scenes. So.
I was not a big fan.
Yeah, well, it was a Robert Rodriguez episode, and it kind of felt like one of his terrible kids movies. So, I've had the misfortune of having to see some of his kids movies, and they're universally terrible. So, yeah.
So when I heard Robert Rodriguez was going to be doing Star Warsy stuff, the only thing that I could think of was like, Once Upon a Time in Mexico, and like not the mandolin, but the other one, the sequel to it that wasn't a sequel, the one that had money behind it with Banderas. Oh God, what's it called? Doesn't matter. I was thinking more lines of Desperado. I was thinking more along the lines of that rather than what we're getting, and I'm really disappointed.
What we got is Spy Kids. That's what we got.
Yes. Yeah. It's like, hey, there's a Robert Rodriguez Film Festival going on. Oh, great. This is going to be cool. I love his movies. Oh, it's his kid ones.
You get to watch Spy Kids and Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Yeah. I'd rather just drown myself in a pit of lava.
I've never seen any of those except for the previews.
Matt, be glad that you don't have children.
I want to say hello to the people in the chat real quick. Ben's Brick Designs popped in to say Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Hey, Ben.
Axel Plate, hello. Dude Jude showed up a while back. Hey there. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. I'm glad you guys are keeping it alive in the chat because there's only 3 of us tonight. Between illnesses and people traveling and Chris is on a retreat or something.
Retirement?
No, it's not retirement. It's just a retreat.
Where's Chris retreating to?
So Axel Plate says we could talk about Spider-Man because he's seen it, but we can't because I have yet to see it.
You haven't seen Spider-Man yet?
It came out. When it came out, I was on the road, and then I had COVID for a week, and yeah. Then I went to Brick Fair, Alabama, and just the month of January just.
Yeah.
And my spouse is over COVID, but now has arthritis that was activated by COVID, so not feeling particularly well or mobile. So we just haven't gone to the theater. I was trying to nudge him into going this week on a weeknight when it's pretty slow, but instead I went to watch a hockey game last night. So maybe this weekend we'll get Spider-Man in.
How was the hockey game?
It was entertaining. 1-1, and the home team won in overtime. Always exciting. Fans go away happy.
Mm-hmm.
I was putting on my cranky old man hat and complaining about just how freaking loud the noise was every time the hockey stopped. Like I could not even finish a sentence to the person sitting next to me. It was that loud. It was obnoxious. So I'm officially old man territory, I guess. So
mm-hmm.
It's a whole colony. It's not just one amoeba. They reproduced and they're springing forth from my brow like Athena from the side of Zeus. Sorry, that was a classical mythology reference.
I thought it was funny.
I don't think that was in Clash of the Titans, but
no, it wasn't. It was in every other thing, though.
Jeff, you're really going crazy with that background thing.
I know. I really like it. I'm not sure why I like it so much, but I do. And
I thought you were just making a gray square bigger and smaller, and then finally I was like, oh, there's something in that gray square.
There's something in the gray square, I promise. This is Don's bunny mech that I wanted to highlight a little bit. So
I'm looking at Robert Rodriguez's film list because there's so many of these I've never seen. It is kind of funny to think that the same person who makes Spy Kids made Machete and Sin City, not kids movies at all.
Well, I mean, the same can be said about George R. Miller, who made friggin' Happy Feet, and then he's like, here's Mad Max.
He made Happy Feet.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't either, and I was very confused. I was like, what is happening? How did we go from Happy Feet to or rather, how did we go from Mad Max to Happy Feet, and then I guess we'll go back to Mad Max?
It's almost like he has two settings, which are excessively fun and bright and excessively dark and
fun.
Dangerous.
Well, there's that. Yeah,
I would say, looking at his filmography, that I liked Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
Yeah, so did I. It was good. It was fun. As a young teenage boy, the movie before that showed Selma Hayek naked, so I was all about it.
I mean, I'm pretty gay, but Selma Hayek is really hot.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, okay.
she's fantastic.
So you
I
can
could listen to
appreciate
her read the phone book, with her accent. It's just, it's great.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Mark's like, well, this took a turn. I can't agree with you because my son is here. But yes.
Let's try to steer Chris's show just a little bit back onto the road here. Just kind of
forward.
To put it into Chris's language, that Selma Hayek could lead you onto temptation. Let's just put it that way.
There you go.
If you're Catholic, you might need to go to confession.
So we didn't really take a look at it very well earlier because I just did like a quick turnaround. But I'm going to pick up my laptop and come over here and look at the City of Lanterns.
Yeah, you've done some expansions.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that, actually.
This is 2 City of Lantern sets side by side, and I have built some of my own buildings to fill in. This is this building here came with the Monkey King mech set, but it fits the City of Lanterns, so that's fun. And then the extra copy of City of Lanterns I used to make the Lego store wider, and I made the hotel in the center here bigger, made it taller. Let me blow up my screen a little bit so you can see better. There we are. So yeah, the Lego store I made twice as wide. The Lotus Hotel I added a floor, so it's the tallest building now. And then this building here was a custom that I made. Panda Store came with it. The bubble tea shop down in here came with the set. I'll push the train back a little bit. The vending machine that this guy is standing with here, the vending machine came with the Dragon Horse Jet. And then I just put it on the end of the set over here so it can be included. This is Small Paul Gaming that we built. And then this is the arcade that came with the Lion Guardian set I built into this building here to fit into this space. And Disco Benny is visiting the City of Lanterns, so he's stopping by.
That is, Mark, I gotta say, that's pretty awesome.
It is, and I placed a bricks and pieces order so I can stretch it out another 24 studs wider.
Nice.
Ooh.
I can make even more buildings to put in the City of Lanterns. That'll be really fun.
Yeah. Did you get more of the dark turquoise track, or did you just gonna put some gray track on the backside where nobody can see it?
No. I bought the track and some of these little support things, and it will fit. It will look appropriate.
Very nice.
And then, of course, I've got the mech, Monkey King mech, and the Chang'e Mooncake Factory down there. And here I've got let me get the Dragon Horse Jet and put it in there.
Yeah, that jet's cool.
It is. It's very cool. Chuck that in there. It has a headless pilot because I use that head for the Maddie figure that's on my table over here. So.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. So does this mean that you're now officially building town, but Monkey Kid Town?
I prefer to use a term that my friend Jeff, not you, Jeff, but my friend Jeff Cross, who's in California, he coined the term monkey punk. And I coined it. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'm sold.
Yeah, I think monkey punk is a good term for it.
For sure.
The trains are gonna wreck. Yeah, it's like Gomez Adams smashing his train sets together.
Those are expensive trains that he was smashing together too. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, it's one of the great scenes from the movie where he's you have the guy reading the newspaper on the train and he looks out the window and it's Gomez Adams' head going. Those movies are great.
So I see in the chat, Ben's Bricks typed ears perk up hockey, and Ben, if you've not followed the show, or I don't know if I've ever talked about the show, but I still play hockey. I've been playing hockey for 35 years, longer than some of you have been alive. I'm not fast at 51, but I'm still playing and having a good time. In fact, we're going to kick off our next season in Beer League this Friday, and I'm captain which captain sounds prestigious, but basically means I bring the water and pass out the jerseys and make the lines. It's nothing that special. But and I used to be a blogger about the Atlanta Thrashers. So when there was a pro NHL team here in town, that was my hobby job, and I was pretty enraptured with that. I mean, I spent far more time on my hobby, which got me free tickets, than I did writing my PhD dissertation, which is one reason why it took me a record length of time to finish my PhD. And the team moved to Winnipeg, which was crushing for me personally, but helped me kick me in the butt to finish my doctorate and become an actual Dr. Gunning instead of just being Mr. Gunning who teaches classes. So yeah, I'm a pretty huge hockey fan, but I will say that the one thing that translates from that moment in my life where I was super into hockey and writing about hockey basically every day is when people talk about doing stuff Lego. I mean, I've had people who say to me like, you should turn Lego into your job. And I'm like, well, that sounds great, but it's fun just having it be a hobby. Like I have a job that pays the bills, and I like my job most days. And it's nice to have a hobby, which is a diversion. And if I get busy, I can just set the hobby down and come back and pick it back up again. And you make your hobby into a job, it's probably a little less fun and a little bit more responsibility. I mean, I think when we talk to Ant Bandit, who is a professional animator, professional Lego animator, I think he still clearly derives a lot of enjoyment and pleasure out of his work. The creativity, he still has an element of creativity with his work, but he certainly has deadlines. We were talking with him this weekend about he may have another contract coming up, and he was telling me that some of these contracts, it'll go from, hey, would you want to do this, to like, yeah, can you finish it in 10 days? And then he has like a mad scramble. It's Canada. Are you snowed in?
Always.
It wouldn't be a proper show without at least one Canadian. So I'm glad you could slide in right at the finish line here and bring it home.
Yeah, I rode the toboggan right down into the beer camp.
All right.
Well, tell us what's happening while we've got 5 minutes of show left. What's going on with you?
Well, that's good because it'll only take me about 2 minutes. Nothing. No, Lego wise, I took a picture of that snow dude, sort of on topic. Yeah, and that's Lego wise. That's it.
Do you have the picture handy where you can toss it up?
Yeah, probably.
If you could,
it's on his Instagram.
Do a quick share screen. We could throw it up on the screen.
Sure. Let me see. I think I got a better than just my crappy Instagram.
And he sent me a private message on Instagram showing another photographer who did this beautiful Star Wars photography with minifigs. It's very professional. I mean, it looks like he could be paid by Lego to make those shots.
Yeah, that guy, I assume it's a guy, but almost all those people are actually from Indonesia.
From where?
Indonesia, most of them around the Jakarta.
I always find that fascinating. It's like, how does that end up being, geographically clustered? You might think that, there's a group of people, they would end up being scattered all over the world, but it is curious. Is it something about photography, or just people maybe initially met up face to face to doing that, and then it got onto the internet later? Like, why does it have such a clustering around Jakarta?
I think in Asia, a lot of the geek stuff like that, it's more prominent because stuff gets to market there like 6 months ahead of us. And they have like a wide selection because I think they get a feed. Like there's some of the stuff that's actually made in South Asia, but then there's a ton of stuff that's made in China, so they have access to it a lot faster. And there's also less of a stigma around that stuff, I think, too.
There's fewer copyrights.
Well, yeah, there's that. Okay, let me see if I can share this. Share.
They have a very laissez-faire attitude about copyright laws.
They do, yeah. Share. So, window, this guy, share. Okay, sharing.
There it is.
Yeah. So yeah, he's the guy being a little sled that I made, and I think how's the other one? There's another one. Sorry, hang on.
Yo, you want to make me
where
not
he's-
take pictures anymore, by the way. I hope you know that.
Is it this one?
No, it's something to aspire to, Jeff, not something
That's-
to.
There we go.
You have to use inspiration.
There.
Oh, absolutely. The only other thing I need right now is time.
Yeah, that's it.
Because this, I've been watching Gil's Instagram for the past however long, and his action figure photography didn't start like this. He built it up over time. He bought more lights. He bought more. He got his TV for his backdrops, all that kind of stuff. So, use it as inspiration and kind of, you get it one piece at a time. You get a little bit better lighting. You get your, practice shooting your stuff with the lights and get yourself a photo area set up and all that. It takes time. I've watched Gil's photos improve quite a lot over the last 2 years.
Well, thanks, man.
Well, Gil sat with me for about 30 minutes one day and helped me out a tremendous bit. And I think every shot I've taken that I've tried to make it into something rather than just a shot on the fly has improved each shot. So and that's Gil's. That's all Gil right there, just telling me how and teaching me how. So it's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, it's like your stuff has been every single shot you put out. It's always better than the last one. But the other thing is too, though, is I'm also starting to see you try stuff that we didn't talk about, which is really where the fun comes in, right? Because that's when you start to experiment and make it your own. So yeah,
it's true. It's
yeah.
Yep. I will say that I don't photograph Lego or action figures, but I do enjoy taking landscape stuff when we go on our trips to national parks and such. And
I love those. I love those photos. Yeah,
thank you. I mean, I do feel that just being conscious of how it's going to look in frame, that I've gotten better at thinking about that. The reason I brought this up really is that I've only progressed to, I'm walking around someplace gorgeous. How could I frame what I am seeing in such a way that it would look good as a picture? But what you guys do is you're actually creating the overall look. Whereas my ability, to the extent that I have it, is recognizing what is in front of me, or if I step, 5 paces to the left, is that going to be a better angle? Being able to perceive that, but actually creating the shot. So especially Gil, I mean, watching you work, you're painting, you're making backdrops, you're making walls, you're figuring out the angle, you're figuring out the lighting. When I walk around, I don't get to move the sun. I can adjust ever so slightly the angle of the light, or I can put the light, I can step under a tree branch and subtly change it. But you actually have a lot of control, but you also have a huge number of options, right? So, I mean, my options are very limited. And so it makes it some ways easier to make decisions about what you're going to take a picture of. In some ways, I think if I were doing what you would do, I might even have paralysis of too many choices.
Well, and that happens often. I end up scrapping surprising amount of stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's overworked. It's just too much, right? You take it too far.
So this is a photo of our dear friend Ryan, who is the manager of the Lego model shop at Legoland, New York. And he had to build this giant banana for something in the park. And so he sent this picture to me, which is great because, giant banana. But
I'm disappointed that he didn't send it to me.
Well,
Hey Jeff, did you post that picture you're showing now?
No.
I was gonna say, because I don't remember seeing it. You should. It's good.
Oh, okay. I kind of hated it, to tell you the truth, but
no, you should. You should. I like it.
Unfortunately, we just crossed the 9 o'clock line, and we're gonna have to land the plane because our good friend Brick Blaze is probably starting up his show. So go check out Brick Blaze's show. He always follows us at the time slot, and want to thank the people who showed up in the chat tonight because, with our missing folks tonight, it's been kind of a low-key show, but we managed to talk about some stuff, and we want to thank our Canadian brother for bringing up the rear guard at the end of the show here. So, when all that...
And if we want to make a motion and vote on it, I just want to say that the ayes have it.
Ah...
Awful.
All right, that's it. We're ending the show. Good night, everyone.